Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're here with Crustachio, and I've got a new video on how to accomplish the second Easter egg challenge on Zombies Outbreak. Yes, Season 4 is now out. There are new weapons, new multiplayer maps, a new Zombies Outbreak map, and yes, as mentioned already, a new Easter egg challenge. Now this Easter egg, to me, was nowhere near as difficult as the first, or even compared to Die Machine or Firebase Z. I ran this on solo and completed it basically on my first try. So to me, that kind of says a lot about the difficulty because as long as I've been playing zombies, which has been since the very beginning, it usually takes a couple tries to get used to all the steps. But as long as you listen to the steps from my guide, you should be able to accomplish this no problem. But before we get started, if you could please like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I like doing these videos and I'd like to bring a lot more future content to you guys. So just like on the first Easter egg, you're going to go ahead and get yourself to round 3. Once you're there, no matter what level you're on, you're going to go ahead and try and look for these red portals. Not all of them are out in the open like this, but on Alpine, it's right here on Dead Man's Cliff. On Golova, you're going to go ahead and make your way to the church. It's on the bottom of the map. It's pretty easy to locate. Once you get to the very top, you're going to go ahead and make your way into one of those doors. It's actually really easy to find it because you can see all the little particles floating outside the door. On Ruka, it's right next to the Pack-a-Punch inside of a cabin. Again, very easy to see because of all the particles, and the red is pretty much coming through the whole building. On Zoo, you're going to go ahead and make your way to the Wolf's Den, and it's going to be in the very back side of it in this little den, I guess, and you can see it pretty easily right there. On Duga, you're going to go ahead and go to where the workbench is, which is in the top part of that map. Really easy to navigate. Once you get down here, though, you're probably going to have a bunch of zombies. Just make sure you kill all of them, and then you're going to go ahead and make your way to the door on the left where that zombie just busted out of, and you're going to be able to see the red portal very easily. So because I originally did it on Duga, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys next, now that we're here, on exactly what you need to do for the next step. And you're basically going to go ahead into the portal like you would on the ones on the outskirts of the map. It's going to launch you high in the sky. And when you do, you're going to go ahead and make sure you immediately look for the next one. You're not timed, so just make sure that you pop your parachute and just coast on into it to hit the next one. Again, you're not timed, so just make sure that you take your time with it, because if you do miss a portal, you're going to go ahead and have to load into a new map, which means you're another level higher, and it's going to make the end Easter egg a lot more difficult. You're going to be portal jumping 3 times. On the 3rd time, you're going to notice here it's actually a much greater distance away from you. So what I would recommend is to actually pop your parachute immediately, because if you just try and glide, then you're probably going to get below it, and then once you pop that chute, you're going to be too below it, and then you're going to have to go ahead and start a brand new round. So once you do make your way into the 3rd one, it's going to be just like the other times, except this one you're going to have a listening device shoot over the top of your head. It's the same device that we got when we connected all the radios to talk to Maxis, except this time we're going to be talking to Ravenov. So when you see it, make sure you follow it all the way to the ground and pick that up. And after you finish all the objectives during this match, you're going to go ahead and make your way to the beacon. Once you do, go ahead and click on the phone just like we did in the first Easter egg, and you're going to go ahead and listen. And I'll go ahead and let you listen here. If you don't want to, it's fine. Just go ahead and use my timestamps.
Finally, a strong signal. Weaver, your team must head to the area near the Sanatorium. I will explain further when they arrive.
So as Ravenov said, you're going to have to go ahead and make your way to Sanatorium. And once you're there, you're going to go ahead to the west side of the map. You're going to go ahead and look for this downed helicopter. And when you're there, you're going to notice that there's going to be a bunch of enemies. And there's a listening device right under a dead body of a scientist. You're going to have to listen to that, but before you can, you're going to have to kill all the zombies that are going to be spawning around you. Once you do clear everything out, go ahead over to the listening device and hit play. I'm going to let you listen to it on mine, but if you don't want to listen to it, you can go ahead, just like in my other videos, I'm going to have timestamps so you can go ahead and skip ahead to the next part.
Hello? Scheiße. Ravenov, it is Dr. Hugo Jaeger. I hope either you or Requiem print this recording. Most of us survived the crash. We're headed to Monument Island. I hope we'll be safe from Omega. Before you ask, yeah, that is on the other side of the phase, but the scientists are in this. They have created something incredible. A device that will allow us to travel through the phase without dying. Or worse, they only have one prototype, but they are assembling another from spare parts so you can follow us. Unfortunately, we are missing a component. An ethereal orb. find one and bring it to the bridge. There will be a slightly modified recon rover waiting for you. Please hurry. Omega shot us down. They will not leave the job unfinished.
I know this Dr. Jaeger. He may be young, but he is a talented scientist. And this device he describes sounds like an impressive get for Requiem. We need to locate the orb. Requiem.
So just as Weaver said, we're going to have to find these other orbs. The locations that I've found for these orbs are going to be on the top of the bathhouse, and it's actually going to be in the pool of the Sanatorium. And in my game that I completed it on, it was actually in the corner of the map that everyone doesn't seem to get it. But luckily I got it to show you guys, and it's going to go ahead and be in the top part of the map. Typically where that objective where you're going to have to get revenge for the fallen Requiem soldiers is. And the orb's just going to be on top of this building here, which is called the maintenance building. And once you're there, what's important about this process is you actually have to shoot the orb in the direction of the bridge, where you would have the other part of the fallen Requiem soldiers typically spawn. And your goal is to follow this orb around. And I've read that you don't have a limited amount of tries, so it's important to go ahead and try and position yourself into the same direction as the bridge, and it's going to go ahead and make a bunch of stop-offs. Even though you're in the direction of it, it's going to go and stop in multiple places. You just want to make sure you follow that around until you arrive at the bridge where that custom rover is that they mentioned in the audio recordings. And once you're on the bridge and the other ball is actually floating on top of the rover, Weaver makes a comment about it being childish and it won't go in. So you have to find a toy for it. So you're going to go ahead to the mystery boxes, where one you can see on top of the Sanatorium roof. The other one is in the market square, which is on the bottom southwest-ish. And your last one that I actually went and got mine at is going to be where the groundskeeping is, which is actually where one of the dragon spawn locations is. And you're going to go ahead and click on the bunny. And when you do, it's going to float in the air just like that, and it's going to spawn a ton of enemies. So you're going to want to go ahead and kill all the enemies, and once you do, it's actually going to give you a nice sweet drop of a bunch of weapons and materials and stuff, and you're going to get some intel, and you're going to want to go ahead and collect the bunny. Once you do, you're going to go ahead and make your way back to the bridge. Once you're back on the bridge, go ahead and take the bunny, put it inside the rover. The ball is going to go ahead and actually float inside and close up. It's going to spawn a listening device, and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to it. But if you don't want to, go ahead and utilize my timestamps in the description and move on to the next section.
Ravenov, Requiem, Jaeger here. If you are hearing this, you must have found the rover and completed the device. They call it an Aetherium neutralizer. It does what it says on the tin. It neutralizes Aetherium particles in the air, pacifying a radius around the device by boosting power from the orb's primordial energy. Allowing safe passage through the phase is just one of the many potential applications for this device. This improvised device should hold a charge long enough to traverse the phase. Once you're through, make your way to the monument. We will be on the roof. We eagerly await your arrival. Too long have we been silent about Omega's atrocities. There is much for us to discuss. Soon, we will change the world.
Once the recording is done, you're going to go ahead and hit that little keypad on the side of the rover, and this is going to initiate the point of no return. So just make sure you guys are fully equipped. You have fully pack-a-punch weapons, and they're all tier 3. I happen to have the HGN, which is the Gallo fully pack-a-punched, and I also have the Die Electrobolt. It helps me out quite a bit. You can get the Electrobolt actually in Duga in one of the crates, and it's going to cross the bridge. It's going to be a couple minute process. It's going to be very overwhelming. You're going to have a lot of zombies flooding that area that you have to stay in. Just make sure you keep running around, take care of business, and when you get to the very end, you're going to go ahead and make sure you have max ammo again. So go to this crate, and you're going to head up these stairs, and it's going to go to the roof. And when you get to the roof, you're going to see just scientists absolutely massacred, and you're going to listen to that audio device, and basically that's just going to go ahead and you're going to hear Omega start talking, and it's going to initiate the very end sequence, and you're going to find that it's actually an ambush and you were set up to come here, and you're going to end up having to get extracted. So you're going to jump off the roof like I did, and you're just going to head down and just start killing everything. It's going to be extremely hectic because you're not only going to have boss enemies with regular enemies that are also armored, but you're going to have an order that's just going to come the hell out of nowhere. So just go ahead and kill everything. And once you do kill everything, it's going to be the end sequence. You're going to go ahead and get in the chopper, and it's going to give you the final cutscene, which I'm going to let you guys see here. So please enjoy that. I really do hope this video helped you guys, and just remember I did this on solo, so it is possible to do, and it's a lot easier than the first Easter egg. Just remember to have tier 3 weapons, as well as hopefully a wonder weapon or 2, and it always helps to have a kill streak, preferably a death machine or a chopper gunner, as it makes you invulnerable while you kill everything. So if you could please like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, and I will post my first Easter egg video in the description, as well as if you haven't finished it yet, and I look forward to bringing you guys more videos in the future. Good luck and keep up the good fight.
Area clear. That was one for the books, Steve. I'm home. Shit, we're going down! Sadly, Weaver, them coming home is not part of the plan.
Surrender now,
Kravchenko,
and you will be allowed to live.
you son of a fucking bitch.
Requiem belongs to me now.